get to work. So I picked up some New York strip steaks, which is, you know, one of my favorite actually cuts of steak. And a lot of times you can find steaks like New York strip and beef tenderloin on sale Valentine's Day weekend. So stock up on these. These were only about $5 a piece. So great steak, great price. I just drizzled them with a little bit of olive oil, and then I want to season them with some salt and pepper, some fresh black pepper, and I like to use kosher salt when I'm doing steaks because it really, I think, sticks to the meat better and just gives it some nice flavor. I'm also going to make these steaks a little special and do a little bit of fresh rosemary, or if you just had some dried rosemary in your spice rack, that would be fine too, but we're going to go the extra mile here and do some fresh. Now, rosemary is a really strong herb, so a little goes a long way. I'm heating up my grill pan, and it's getting really hot on me, which is a good thing, but I don't want it to get too hot. So we're going to do these right inside. It's cold outside, you know, so we're going to do these right on our indoor grill pan, but if you're brave enough, and I actually got Bob to go outside last night and do some grilling. We grilled up some Italian sausages. Just bundle up. You can throw these on your outside grill too. All right, so I'm just going to finally chop up a little bit of rosemary, and that's going to give these steaks a nice flavor. Now, if you have the time, you know, a good hour or two, you could season these up and have them in your fridge for a little bit, and that way that flavor will really get in there. If you don't have the time, not a big deal. That rosemary and that salt and pepper, just going to give it some nice flavor. But I always love to, if you've got a little bit, you know, park them in your fridge with a little bit of seasoning. It's just going to kind of take it to the extra level. So I'm going to get these in my nice preheated hot grill pan, and I want to always season the other side of the steaks too. Season both sides. We've got some really fun recipes today. Wait till you see what's for dessert. I'm really excited about what we're making. Oh, it smells good. Wow. That rosemary just makes that little bit of difference. Okay. Now, for the blue cheese crust. This is so easy, and it really makes you look like you know what you're doing in the kitchen. It makes you look like a gourmet. We're going to start out with a clove of fresh garlic. Just going to give it a quick chop. We've also got a few tablespoons of butter, and we're going to do about 2 ounces of creamy gorgonzola cheese. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. I'm going to do a little bit more than that. And this is, like I say, the easiest recipe and just a simple way to take steaks, any cut of steaks. We're doing the New York strips here, but any cut to a whole nother level. We're going to get this in the microwave and carefully melt that butter and that blue cheese together. So we're going to start by just a little bit, and then we're going to add to it this great breadcrumb to make this wonderful crust on top of these steaks. These are panko breadcrumbs. Have you heard about these? These used to be really hard to find. They're basically Japanese breadcrumbs, and now you can find them anywhere, usually in the Asian section of your grocery store, and they're just wonderful on top of casseroles. They're great if you're, do a lot of breading. Try these. Give them a try. Hey, Dad, can I have my tongs here? I just want to check on these steaks. Thank you very much. So check those out. They're not expensive, and we're going to use those as the breadcrumbs for the crust in this steak. You're going to love these. Panko breadcrumbs. Look for those. Okay. Just want to get some nice grill marks on these steaks. And these are going to be finished off in the oven, so I'm just going to brown them a little bit. Give this just 15 more seconds. But when you're microwaving that butter and the blue cheese, kind of do it in intervals so that you don't overdo it. So, do like a 15 and check on it, and then maybe another 10, check on it. Looking perfect. Okay. So basically we're softening that butter, melting it, and also softening the blue cheese. So 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 ounces of the creamy gorgonzola, which is the Italian blue cheese. And now we're going to add our panko breadcrumbs. You can see right away the mixture just kind of thickens up a little bit. Also got to get our fresh garlic in here. Oh, those steaks smell good. Look at those. I love going out to dinner. Just want to check on our one in the oven, see how we're doing. I love going out to dinner, I really do. But sometimes Valentine's Day weekend is not the best time to go out to dinner because it's busy. The restaurants are crowded. It's just kind of like going out to dinner on New Year's Eve. That's the night I don't go out to dinner. But if you've got plans to go out, have a wonderful time. But that's one of those nights that I always think it's fun to stay in and cook something special. So we've got a whole bunch of great romantic recipes on our website that we did this week, so check it out. A little bit of black pepper into this mixture, and now we're ready to put this whole thing together. All right, I'm going to remove these steaks to a pan that can go in the oven, a cookie sheet, and then I'm going to take that blue cheese mixture. I'm just going to spread that on top of each of these steaks. Oh, this looks so good. Now, if you are not a big fan of blue cheese, which, by the way, this gets really mellowed out. It's not as strong as you think because we've got the butter in here and the breadcrumbs. But if you're not a big fan, you could do Parmesan cheese would work in here too. Feta cheese would also be great, I think. Goat cheese. But you have the idea of the method, melting some butter and then the panko breadcrumbs. All right, these now go into a preheated 450-degree oven. That's going to finish off the steaks and make that blue cheese mixture on the top really crunchy and wonderful. Let me show you how it all comes together. Oh, oh. It's the little things like a steak with blue cheese that makes me happy. Check this out. It gets nice and brown and you've got that great blue cheese flavor. Serve this up with some mashed potatoes and your favorite vegetable. I love asparagus, and man, you are good to go. There you go. New York strip steaks with the blue cheese crust, and it's so easy to do. You got to try this recipe. Recipe's on our website.